Hello everyone, this is Justin Joseph from Project COE, and I'm here today with our long overdue video review for the second Mistwalker Xbox 360 RPG, Lost Odyssey. So forget Blue Dragon, Mass Effect, Eternal Sonata, whatever. Lost Odyssey is from the famed fathers of Final Fantasy, and this game is a beautiful conglomeration of new styles and surprisingly old but refurbished RPG elements. The core plot follows Kaim, who's an immortal that's been alive for over 1,000 years, who also can't remember a bloody thing about his past. And those two things are actually the key to what you do in Lost Odyssey, as you acquaint yourself with other people who are also incapable of dying, in addition to your long-lost memories. And those immortals, they actually make the story very interesting in addition to battle, because the way you learn special skills and abilities when linking with the immortal party members is very unique and very addicting. And the same goes for the pieces of your past, which are unlocked through automatic events or when interacting with the game's non-playable characters. The series of dreams that Kaim actually has is called 1,000 Years of Dreams, which is pretty suitable because he's been alive for over 1,000 years. And it's interesting because in Japan, it's actually the name of a short story collection which is available to actually read about it. But in the game itself, there's actually nothing CG about it. You actually read visually provoking text with narration, dialogue, and appropriate sounds as you see it all displayed against very lush backgrounds. You might think that having to read so much, at least with that part of the plot, would be cumbersome. I mean, a few are a little longer than they really are necessary, but at the same time, it really helps to stimulate your own imagination, and I'm very happy that developers went with that direction. And this also lends to the visuals. There's excellent character designs, despite the overly sexual displays of flesh with a few of the female characters. There's awesome enemy concepts, beautiful environments, even if some of the textures and color palettes are a little bit blurry up close on camera, and just so many more little things. There's visual changes whenever you acquire and equip new things like, you know, your accessories and weapons, and the accessories themselves actually physically show on a character, so be very prepared to laugh whenever you see earrings on Kaim for the first time. And then there's always the sweet looking spells that come with every RPG. A couple problems though. The frame rate suffers after disc 2 and you have 5 party members in battle. You'll definitely notice the chugging and skipping of camera in and out of battle. It's very noticeable, but at the same time it's forgivable because it doesn't really destroy anything that the game offers. And the load times aren't that bad. I mean, you never really wait longer than 15 seconds for a battle to start. I mean, this is a turn-based RPG, and those generally require a lot of patience and thought, but I can still see people, getting kind of frustrated with that, which is understandable. So moving along, the audio production is absolutely full of splendor. You will want this game's soundtrack, which contains piano pieces, guitar riffs, electronica, woodwind material, jazz, etc. And I'm definitely importing it myself at least. And the sound effects are extremely respectable. Whether you're running around on different surfaces, hearing the clanging and thudding of your weapons in battle, amongst various other things, it's just you can appreciate the work that they did with that. And the voice acting is just great, despite a couple annoyances. Kaim is very convincing, Jansen is genuinely funny and annoying, and the kids Cook and Mac, who are actually voiced by Nickelodeon actors, sound a little strange, but overall everyone does have a very good delivery to bring to the table. Moving on, the battle system is absolutely addictive all around. It's more or less your traditional turn-based menu command system, but it's actually complemented by the skill linking, which I mentioned before, in addition to ring and group guard systems, which are actually inspired by Legend of Dragoon and Suikoden. First off, you can actually forge rings, like I just mentioned, and they can carry elemental, enemy type, and other kinds of properties. And when in battle, you actually use the controller's right trigger to possibly add greater effect to your attacks. And it's also cool because you can never actually be punished for having a bad rating on how you actually deal with that system. And with the actual grouping, you can have people in the front and back rows, and those in the back actually take less damage as long as the HP of the front members remains stable throughout the course of a battle. I mean, on paper, this whole system doesn't sound exactly enthralling, but once you dive into it, you really won't want to climb out of the pool. It's just that much fun. Value-wise, Lost Odyssey is relatively a 50 to 75 hour game, depending on how much you pursue these side quests. It's just unfortunate that 90% of those side quests kind of beat you over the head on the 4th disc, especially just whenever the story is incredibly interesting. It sort of breaks the flow if you actually end up pursuing those side quests. But I mean, they are fun. They just needed to be spread out a lot more, way more. But still, there's plenty of content, plenty of bang for your buck. There's really no reason to be disappointed if you invest in this game. So, with everything that I've said, if you enjoy Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Legend of Dragoon, Suikoden, or just RPGs in general, you really cannot go wrong with Lost Odyssey, and that's why I've given this game a 9.0 out of 10, which results in one of our coveted gold medals. I apologize for that. And I've probably said the most I ever have for a game here in this video review, but you can still take in more information with my review on the site, which should be going live soon. And I hope you enjoy the game as much as I have if you play it. And as always, thanks for your time, and look forward to my next episode within the next week or two. Thanks, guys.